It is a war. We might as well know that we are at war, or we are under terrorist attack. And this terrorist attack is on our environment. Now, these things are leaching into our foods. They are leaching into our water. They are leaching into our soils. And this kind of, if we let this kind of cycle continue, in the next couple of years, we would spend so much in importing water. And apart from that, we are going to go through a period of farming, not because it's not raining, but because these chemicals in the soil also end up destroying roots of plants, that food production is likely to go down very, very drastically. And we'll be in a place of farming. Already, people are spending so much to buy water. The country is also at the point where we are talking about so much turbidity of the water that the Ghana water and sewage people are having difficulty, and we need millions of dollars to be able to filter water, even for us to get it in a certain portable way. And with that, we'll still not even get the best that we want. So the chickens have come home to roost, and the earlier we start up and confronted this thing head on, the better for all of us. Otherwise, the last time we spoke about people leaving the country, otherwise, the next thing is that people now will consider our country as a danger zone. And therefore, they may have to run away or go somewhere else where it's safer. Because it will only get to a point where it's not be safe to live in Ghana. Because if all our water bodies are polluted, then inadvertently, the water I'm taking from my tap is poisoned. Absolutely. We in the cities are not spared, because if you thought that the food that you are buying is not from the city, it's from these areas. So the consumption, the oranges, everything we are eating is some way somehow affected. Otherwise, we will have just in terms of food, we may only have to import apples and grapes, which are not produced in Ghana. And that is why I'm saying that it's going to get into a cycle of poverty that we have never seen before. Because we have to spend so much on just one apple a day, keep the doctor away, and you have to spend so much. So these metals, as you have mentioned, the mercury, the cyanide, the arsenic, and all these lead that is entering our waters, and therefore into our food, they are very poisonous to our bodies. Health-wise, it enters into our system as we digest or as we ingest them. And it builds in our system over time. And the effects, because the effects are not, sometimes you go and buy food from a restaurant, you eat and you have diarrhea. Those are immediate effects. So you can just say that, because I went to eat this food, it wasn't well cooked and I had diarrhea. But these metals, when they are in our food, our water, the effects are accumulated. They accumulate over time. And if we take 10, 15, 20 years, what we will notice is that we would have our lifespan or life expectancy in Ghana reducing drastically in the next 30 years, where people will be dying younger than expected. Some of the effects of these are especially on our neurological system. Mercury in the air. People don't know that mercury can also be in the air, but we have inhalational mercury. At the same time, we have mercury that is the one that seeps into our water, the one that seeps into the ground. And when these things get into our blood or our blood system, eventually they are able to cross something we call the blood-brain barrier. Ideally, they shouldn't be in the brain, but they begin to enter into the brain and then will cause things that have neurological effects. In the long term, a lot of people will start having dementia and forgetfulness. And some of these things like cyanide, arsenic, when they are in your system, they end up depleting your body of the needed vitamin B12 and these vitamin B components that are very good for our nerves. So if people will end up eventually having a lot of neurological effects. Forgetfulness is one of them. Sometimes you may get to the point where people are having a lot of tremors, thyroid diseases. People are going to be born with a lot of deformities. Children that are born in this area, if you are not careful, their brain development in utero is going to be affected.
Absolutely, absolutely, Doc. Absolutely, Doc.
I said on that platform that if we are not careful, we are going to have more dumb children in future than we have today.